I guess you did your assignment. What I gave you. How far is Ellie?
I got good.
Eh?
I got good. Get it, yes.
Mm.
I got good.
Your presentations are in. Where are your presentations?
I can hear it.
Eh?
I didn't hear it.
In there, Hey, Jenny. Your presentation, where is it? What am I going to say? Whatever it is it? I just want to know whether it's hard copy or soft copy. Is it hard copy or soft copy? Oh, man, waiting. Oh, that's fine. Who is starting?
If you gave us
Wait, and make sure you share the word. Yeah? Actually, you need to be here. You can't be for sure. Please, both of you. It's a share word, so I expect everyone to be. So you just need to share within your group who is sharing which point. As simple as that. Well, I just
you gave us rural urban interaction, coordinated approach, and what else?
Coordinated approach, particular approach, rural validation, intercessory or zone coordination, and the package approach. So the participation approach has three goals. Instead of community approach, rural validation, intercessory, and particular approach.
Okay, so I'll start with coordinated approach. This involves working together with different stakeholders or to achieve common goals. It leads to build trust and sharing goals. It's an explanation.
Yeah, it does.
Zima Wanga involve my okay, this focus is more on working together in the communities and involving stakeholders so that we can achieve a particular goal. Well, the rural urban interaction explains more on this approach is a framework that examines the relationship and exchanges between rural and urban areas. It is
Hold on first. Coordinated approach. Can you just explain it in simple terms so that we can be able to understand? You know the challenge of just reading. If you don't follow, you can easily get lost. So just in simple terms, how can I explain coordinated approach?
involves working together
Mm.
in the community and involving stakeholders to achieve the particular goal.
Involves working with diverse community, diverse stakeholders, like communities, different or different organization, different diverse stakeholders. Yeah. Come to the second point.
Rural urban interaction. This approach is a framework that examines the relationship and exchanges between rural and urban areas. It emphasizes the flow of people, goods, and services and information between their regions, highlighting how they
Rural-urban interaction, it focuses on relationship between urban areas and rural areas, whereby the rural areas they cultivate their crops and even they improve the urban areas to sell their products. While the urban areas they construct they give the information technologies on how maybe they can improve their education practices. It's like interaction between urban and rural. Intersectoral or zone combination refers to the collaborative strategy among various sectors like education sector, health sector, world economic, world food programs, in order to achieve the end goal. Let's say, for example, there is a crisis. Yeah. So, world food programs is the evolution of food costs. They can come together and solve the problems because their goal is the same. The knowledge approach, it ensures that the community modernization or community politics, because most of them have the same concept. It explains that community modernization to be effective, they must use different approaches, not the same approach. If they use the same approach, the development will be only one part, but they should use different approaches. If they use a federal approach, community approach, the whole approach is doesn't have to start yet. They should be incorporated, not implementing one approach. And that's the package approach. Consider approach refers to aspecting involving people in community development activities like the decision activities. Yeah, that's involving the whole stakeholders.
Okay, understood, guys. Any question? Have you understood all those points? I mean, all those.
Whoever might use really is not that way.
Rural urban interaction, intersectoral, or and intersectoral. Yeah.
Okay. On intersectoral there are many sectors like health sector, education sector, agriculture sector. One example says that maybe there is a project in a community. Let's say the members they want to construct a school. They can akuzokungwaida na aujeni kada amiso education out bank kuti okay ngati abange implement ngati project yawo ya education chifukwa zoti out bank akuzopanga contribution ngati funds kupanga out project yawo ya school komanso Ministry of Education akuzopanga so ujeni ngati kupanga offer majani teachers yanjani because zoti goal yawo ndiyezi ngati zoti collaboration with different sectors. Achieve the common goal.
Safina. Oh, hapo mama tutale. Unaweza kuambia just to share for your presentation. Yeah, let's clap up for our friends. You guys come. So remember, you need to share the point. I don't want one person to present. The assumption is you did all together, and at the same time, I like explaining, not just reading. If you're just reading, I'm telling you, it becomes hard for us to understand.
Social development approach. Social development approach in community mobilization focuses on collective efforts and shared responsibility to empower community for for enhanced well-being. It includes community engagement, inclusive participation, building trust and relationship, as well as participatory planning method.
No, explain in your own words, you're just reading.
Social development approach. It focuses on collective effort and shared responsibility to empower community.
Just trying to look at me when she's still reading. Maybe Ellen can come in to help your friend to explain in your own words.
Okay, social development approaches focuses more on empowering community members, like involving them into decision-making process so that they can be able to participate and know the importance of the project that is going to be implemented in the community. The second approach is community work group approach. This approach in community mobilization promotes sustainable development through collaborative efforts of local members who form small groups to address specific issues. It includes formation of work group, defining objectives and a scope, collaborative decision making, and action planning and implementation.
In your own words now. How can you explain community work group approach?
It promotes sustainable development through collaborative efforts. People they work together as a group.
Ellen, come in.
Your way?
Yeah.
Community work group.
Yeah.
This is whereby community members and stakeholders are coming together so that you can achieve a certain goal. For example, as we know, the meaning of community development is a process whereby community members are involved, whereby community members collaborate and solve challenges that are affecting them. And in the way that you might be having a community whereby there's no health care, and community members they can suggest this. We are supposed to we can manage to contribute like bricklaying and trees. So then they engage stakeholders, and when the stakeholders can they find a rural available resources that can help them to achieve their certain goals.
Thank you. Another point, second point.
Idealist approach. This idealist approach.
But you were supposed to be here explaining this. I remember oh no, she chose social development approach. Oh, okay. Continue the idealistic approach.
The idealist approach in community mobilization focuses on involving and saving for an ideal vision of the community, driven by shared values, a spirit and ethical principles, and achieving social justice and equality. Like in my own understanding, small value. This is a process whereby different stakeholders, including rural people, collaborate so that they can be able to achieve a certain goal. For example, you may be having in the community whereby social injustice it is common practices. Then the community members and stakeholders can decide to promote policies that can be able to fight for the social justice and people can be able to receive equal treatment.
Proceed.
and gradual extension approach. The gradual extension approach in community mobilization aims to enhance productivity and sustainable well-being among farmers in rural areas and rural communities. It's more than a gradual extension approach is more than it focuses on improving and producing productivity, farm productivity, with the main purpose for promoting food security. For example, we may be having here in Maharashtra year, they already do well, and farmers this year they are different agricultural sector. They are requesting farmers to crop crop resistant, drought resistant crops, so that there should be food security.
Sector approach, I think it's yours as well. Sector approach, 5. No, 5. Sector approach. Your friend, you are studying food coordinating.
Okay. The sector approach must be, it can be focuses on how different sectors involved or collaborate so that we can achieve the same goal. For example, we have different sectors in Ministry of Education, Ministry of Welfare, Ministry of Gender and Human Rights, and maybe having in the community whereby human rights of girls and women are being violated, and different sectors can come together and establish policy whereby discrimination, whereby they can be able to the elevate the elevate the problem elevate the suffering of the people who have been marginalized with the power.
Yeah, well done, Nico. Okay, that's what I like. People should be able to explain these things in their own ways. So, everybody for an assignment, when you write, you also need to understand those points, what they really mean, so you can be able to explain in your own ways. Because during an exam, whatever you are just reading, you will not remember during an exam. But whatever you are saying from your head is what you will remember. So I will encourage you guys read and understand. Don't just memorize. You just memorize, it will be hard for you. Actually, it's not only about exams, but the knowledge that you gain. Yeah, and also I just like the part of giving examples. It's better to give examples. As a matter of fact, giving little examples. Or certainly, what's an example I will give? I like little examples. The little issues affecting the rural societies, because you should always keep in mind we are learning rural development. Yeah. So let me recap on what we have already discussed, what you have already discussed, guys. So the first point is, I'm sure you'll just be building up on what you already discussed in your groups. For the other group, it means you really need to pay particular attention so that you get the message. Because I know in most cases, you just focus on what you have discussed, and sometimes you may not understand the work from the other groups. So the first point is social development approach, which aims at improving the personal qualities of the individuals. Improving the personal qualities of the individuals in the community. The quality of the life of the individuals within the communities. So the social development approach will aim at improving those personal qualities, and also it does not focus on not material possessions, but the quality of the life. How can you improve the quality of life? Not the material resources, like maybe giving food, whatever, like material things. So it focuses on personal qualities, and it involves integration of social and economic development along with mass literacy. It focuses on integration of social and economic development. Social development as development of human beings, improving the quality of life, and also on issues to do with economic development, like maybe job creation, uh, income generating activities, entrepreneurship, such issues. So it addresses issues like poverty, health, education, social inequalities. So these issues they focus on helps improving the qualities of life, improving the lives of the people, their living standards of the people within the communities. So they focus on such issues like poverty. If people are poor, you need to come up with strategies so that you can, of course, you cannot eradicate poverty, you can reduce poverty. I know China, they claim to eradicate poverty. Because it means when you eradicate, it means there is no one who is poor. But at least if we say reducing poverty, so social development approach will help to address issues like reducing poverty. For example, if you equip people with income generating activities and entrepreneurship skills, maybe they can manage to uh, reduce poverty, maybe providing information how they can take care of themselves, health, education, and even the issues to do with inequalities. Because you have social inequalities in your societies, especially when you look at gender. I've already learned gender. You've already studied gender. Yeah, so if you look at gender, you realize there are some social inequalities. One group usually is favored than another group. So that's about the social development approach. It focuses on improving the qualities of the lives of the people in the community so that they can have a better life. Yeah, so it does by focusing on social and economic development programs. So social development programs like maybe what we call come again? Social cash transfer will be on that's economic issues. But you are distributing money. But I think social development, like what do we call human development, capacity building, for example. The issue of capacity building. Yeah. Yeah.
Social development approach.
Mm.
What may be having been Fusoro Louis or myself. Nessa one of Luza. Mina always with it. Then example, we have like by social inquiries, example, I think Zara based violence. That's my That's what I always encourage you guys just to understand and explain it in your own ways. So what matters is how you understand the whole concept, so that you explain it in your own ways. As long as the concept does not change, I don't have problems. Yeah. That's why I always encourage. I think when I was giving feedback for the mini semester, I was like, okay, I was impressed with some of you guys where you were giving examples, you were explaining in your own ways. So that's what I want, because I know you were trying to think. Are we together on this point? Safina, off your phone. I know you're on your phone. Yeah. Community working group approach, just as you said, it focuses on group social action. Remember, we read about social action. What is social action? If you remember social action. Social action.
Yeah.
It's more people working together, but you will say, go, for example, give example of cooperatives, youth organizations.
Yeah, social actions. That's it, working together. Like we were talking about social actions in community. How can you motivate people to engage in social action? You remember? I guess you do. So it focuses much on working together as a group, because the efforts of one individual when you are doing the work separately or individually is different when you do it as a group. So there is more, you gain more results when you work as a group than when you are doing things together. So community work group approach, it focuses or it encourages people to work together in their communities, so that they can deal with the issues affecting them. Because in most cases, the issues affecting the communities are almost the same. Yeah, so small groups of community members collaborate to solve specific problems. So when you say working together as a community, it doesn't mean the whole community. If you are five in your family, like all houses, it means you form small groups within the community so that you solve particular specific problems that the community is facing. Maybe bridge la kutoa youth clubs. You remember when I read about this? Is it this group or maybe? No. Yeah. The issue of empowerment. Yeah. So working together, you form groups like the youth clubs. They work together sometimes, maybe to repair a bridge. So community work group approaches, like these groups are coordinating. These people coordinate working in a group to solve a specific issue that is more pressing in the community. Maybe you have a broken, maybe a bridge was washed away during the rainy season, and now you feel like, okay, the kids may not cross to the other side of the river, maybe to access schools, or maybe just for the whole community to go to health facilities, health centers. So as a group, you come together to solve that particular issue. Now, as about the school, if you don't have a bridge, or how you're going to access the other part of the road, maybe you want to go to the health centers. So these groups might focus on local needs such as healthcare, education, economic development, working together to achieve common goals. So you have issues that as a community you want to achieve. So you collaborate, you work together to deal with the local needs of the community, the problems which are pressing within the community, the felt needs of the community. So you work together as a group. I think even the term community work group, I think it tells a story already. But when you're community work group, it means as a community you have small groups working together to solve particular or specific issues which are present in that community. I want to get what one. So we have idealistic approach, which focuses on mobilizing the youth and the young ones to participate in in group social action. Because in most cases, in these social groups, sometimes, more especially when you are trying to deal with some pressing issues, most cases the young people do not take part. But this idealistic approach uses the ideas and the values that the community has. And I'm sure within the community, you have ideas on how to achieve certain things. How are you going to achieve certain things? So it's like you have some goals, something that you want to achieve. So you have certain ideas. How can we achieve that? So you motivate the youth, more especially the young people. You have ideas on how you can do certain things so that you can achieve what you want to achieve. So you may have some goals that you want to achieve. So you are trying to encourage these young people, to motivate these young people, mobilize these young people to take part in ideas that they should be implemented and do or achieve that goal that you want to achieve. So in abuse only with the young people, you mobilize the young people to take part. See, my future leaders. Yeah, that's why if you have seen most of the politicians, at a state in a younger age, politics. More especially in colleges. So you mobilize the youth so that whatever you want to achieve, based on the ideas that you have or values that you have as a community, you mobilize those youth so that you achieve what you want to achieve using those ideas. Ideas. Hey, you need to do this. So you mobilize maybe through youth clubs as a message. Maybe you want to build a community hall, you are mobilizing these youth. I think if you can have a community hall, maybe as we discussed, they can rent it out, get some funds, get some money, and also use this money to develop their communities. So you're just using the ideas, idealistic. You're using the ideas that you have so that you can achieve something. You are using the ideas, the values of that community. Also, I my values or ideas I'm twinner is coming from another community, but within the same community. The idea that you already have on how you can develop how you can modernize in this case. How can we change? How can things change in this community? So use those ideas by mobilizing these youth who want to achieve the goals, the development goals that you want to achieve within the community. Are we together? Tunatia mdodo kadri mwenye idealistic. We're using the ideas that you have and the values that the community has within the community that you can develop. So you have goals that you want to achieve. Agricultural extension approach, this is another way of modernization, modernizing the rural areas. So agricultural extension, just as you explained, I think what you missed was like agricultural extension usually provide messages to these people on how you can modernize, how you can change. For example, if you want to use the hybrids, the fertilizers, the modern ways of doing agricultural activities, it means extension workers, analysts, they go into the communities to meet the farmers, to tell them. It's like you're extending the agricultural messages to the rural communities. So you go with the messages, maybe for better farming practices. Nowadays, instead of planting 3, you need to be planting 1 on 1. So this is the way of the extension workers, agricultural extension workers. They provide the farmers with agricultural messages on how they can improve productivity. Plant 1 on 1, not 3. Do mixed cropping. You need to diversify. So that's the way of the agricultural extension workers. So if you try this educational and motivational procedures to achieve rural community transformation, because all you want to do, what all you want to achieve is transformation of that community from traditional to modern community. So you are taking the modern ways of doing things. Whatever, because all this information that the extension workers provide to the farmers comes from agricultural research, maybe from Chitete, they have conducted some research, I think for us to improve maize production, you need to do this. Maybe the spacing should do this. So it's the work of the agricultural extension workers to get this message to the farmers. So the extension services provides farmers with information on new techniques, improved tools, better farming practices, which enhances productivity and sustains the rural economy. Because if you tell them about the new farming practices, definitely all you want is for them to produce more, to increase the productivity. Yeah. So by increasing productivity, maybe sometimes you'll be telling them how they can get markets for their crops instead of selling to vendors. So the aim is to educate or to inform these people the new practices so that they can change from modern ways from modern society to traditional society. Instead of using both, you find big farmers in the communities. Maybe they have the ability to buy tractors. It's only met. I'm using the makashi. You put it together, employing and one believe. What if you ya yasisimusa vula inashedwa yabwera mashedwa mweze antu wanisa kumzidi they are faster. So you tell them that information. It's the work of the extension workers. Actually, that's what I did in my BSc. I did an extension. That's my specialization. That's what I specialize in, agricultural extension. So I have a bachelor degree in agriculture extension and rural development. So when it comes to agriculture extension, you can't stop me. Yeah, so it focuses on modernizing communities, especially rural areas, through agricultural advancements. Agricultural advancements, things are changing. The coming in of technology. So any new technology that has come, you need to tell this, the people in the communities. These days, all you do is messages. Sometimes these days, you can just use for sending messages. For example, but the extension workers, we work directly with the farmers, not rural people, just the farmers. Tell them about the agricultural messages so that they can do that. So in this case, because we want to modernize, we're talking of modernization. It means we're telling them so that they can move from transform from a traditional society to a more productive modern society or community. Now, are we together? Yeah, I wonder how we So the other one is the sector approach, the one you guys forgot to do. So which addresses either the whole sector such as agriculture or a few projects within it. So this one will just focus on a sector. You want to modernize the civil community instead of doing with a health sector, agricultural sector, gender, whatever sectors that we have. This one will either focus on just a sector. For us, maybe focus on agricultural sector to improve productivity, to modernize the society. So you want this community to modernize. So you can either focus on the whole sector or else within that sector, let's say agricultural sector, but you will just focus on specific or a few projects within the sector. But the focus is on only one sector. Similarly, pregnancy, school dropout, you're not doing that in this case. You're just focusing on family, agricultural sector. So if you're just focusing on a few projects, for example, maybe you can focus on animal production, and within animal production, maybe you just focus on goat production. You're just supposed to focus on specific projects, not everything. Maybe maize production, modern ways of planting maize. Instead of planting 3, you should plant 1. So that's the sector approach. So you can focus only on one sector, or within that sector, only a few projects. Because if you look at agricultural sector, there is a lot about agriculture. So if you always say the whole sector, but if you look at agricultural sector, animal production, there's crop production, there's fish production, the aquaculture is within the agricultural sector. But even if you dig deeper within the agricultural sector, within animal production, kuku, ng'ombe, mbuzi, whatever. Even kuku, zamazira, kuku za nyama, you see? So they just focus on, sometimes they just focus on specific projects. Maybe diversification. Your friend who presented about diversification yesterday. I think it was the last presenter for the fifth phase. Yeah, diversification. Yeah. So this involves focusing on one specific sector. For us, we are giving an example of agriculture, but you can choose when you want to modernize the community, maybe focus on education, agriculture, or health. And the idea is to build capacity and make improvements within that sector. To build capacity. Because you are just focusing on one thing, it means like you become experts in that area. You get my point? Instead of easy, you get confused. But in this case, you become experts within that area because your capacity will get improved. You build your capacity. You make advancements within that sector or within the projects within that specific sector. You can easily build capacity in that area. You become an expert. You won't have enough for you. I'm an expert. Because for them, it's like their nature. That's what they do. For other people, those people who rear chickens, maybe whether broilers or layers, they become experts in that area. So that if you become experts, you do better. You know where to improve, what you can do. avoid a project. If I even control him, they know how best. And afraid matter sometimes I mean associate sometimes. But those people who are there, who are doing this now and again, because you are focusing only on that sector or only on that specific project, they become experts. I'm a little zero. I'm a little that, I'm not a bit and money. One of them are and that's number one be there. So the aim of sector approach is to build the capacity in that area. Number A. Yeah, so they focus only on one specific sector. Or else, instead of focusing on the whole sector, they just isolate projects within that sector. Because if you just look at the agricultural sector here in Malawi, if you look at the projects done by the agriculture, you realize there are so many projects. So, to modernize these areas, sometimes they can just choose specific projects, not everything. Are we moving together? When there are no there? Are we working together when there are no? Yeah. So here is coordinated approach. I think it's for this group now. Or it's for group, yeah, coordinated approach, which addresses the economic development of all sectors within a given area. Coordination. So it focuses on the coordination within that area. In communities, you find different sectors working in that community, but sometimes without coordination within these different sectors, but they need to work together. So a coordinated approach ensures that all the sectors work together, coordinate all these different sectors to modernize society. So it aims at harmonizing the activities of various artists and stakeholders involved in community development. You know, sometimes you experience the issue of duplication of efforts. You are doing the same things. This organization, you did a team, maybe interval with the other sector or the other project, but coordination helps to avoid duplication of efforts. Ahevi akakunaza everything. Ahevi. So in that case, if you work together, you need to work together. You need to coordinate. Coordinate the approach towards all sectors to work together to modernize the community. At the same time, you know what's happening there. Totally help. And the school, we know, healthy, will contribute to agriculture. So they work together. So coordinated approach makes sure all these sectors work together. If you have different activities, you need to harmonize, make sure all these activities are done in a coordinated way. They feed into each other. And collaboration and effective communication is key to ensure that resources and efforts are aligned towards common goals. Coordination ensures that and effective communication ensures that resources are aligned towards common goals. You realize they have a gap. They have a common goal. But if you work together, it means you can easily achieve that common goal. Then I'm going to provide what we call human resource, human resources, if you work together in a coordinated manner, you can achieve more issues. And like when you are just working at a site by site, get better work in the community members. Because there's no coordination. You will suffer in this community. Are we together on coordinate? Sure, coordinate the approach. Now, the sector approach, agriculture extension, coordinated approach is about just a matter of coordinating different sectors. So if you understand these things, coordination, whatever, it can be easier for you to explain such things. Yeah. But participator approach, which is designed by the residents, first selected local, economic, and social goals, and then pursue them with some government aid. Recent attention is focused on participator approach. I think these days we talk more of participator approach. If you want to implement a project in the community, you need to make sure they participate from decision making to the end process, the cycle. Whether it's designing of a project, decision making, implementation, they need to take them to participate. So, as we say, if you want sustainability of these projects, you make sure these rural people they participate even in identification of their needs assessment. So, to ensure it ensures that community members actively participate in decision making and development processes. Whatever is taking place within the community, to develop this community, the community members, the grassroots should take part. Let's not just give them, or just give them. We feel like you have this problem. Let them participate in identifying their own problems and coming up with the goals. What is it as a community? What is it that they want to achieve? Not just telling them, so involve them in decision-making process. They should be involved. They should be involved even in development processes. So it helps to empower individuals to contribute ideas, identify needs, and play an active role in implementing changes in their community. Because you are involving them, for example, in identifying their problems, they know whatever you are doing will deal with the problem that they are facing. I'm telling you, they actively participate. They get empowered. We can do it. So if you tell them to contribute something, whether, as you say, it's community work, maybe bricklaying or molding bricks, they will. Because they know you involve them to identify their own issues. They honor it, they know it will help them, so they will also actively participate in that kind of project. So when you're implementing the project, they honor it, they know it's theirs, and it helps in sustainability. So whatever we do in the communities, let's make sure these local people participate. Rural-urban interaction, which focuses on planning of rural development along with and within the framework of overall national development plan. Provision for rural development is integrated in overall agricultural development agendas of local, state, and governments. So rural-urban interaction focuses on the interaction between the rural and the urban. So even when you are coming with the national development plan, you need to consider both the rural and the urban areas. For example, if you look at agricultural development agenda, agricultural production, I think when we are looking at the linkage between the rural and the urban areas, we said the main occupation of the rural areas is farming. After farming, the raw materials go to the urban areas for processing. So if there is no interaction between the rural and the urban areas, things cannot work. So in terms of development, we also need to develop the rural areas because that's where these raw materials are coming from. So we should not break this interaction, the linkage between rural and urban areas. Even in planning, national planning, whether it's local, state, or at national level, you need to incorporate or understand this linkage between the rural and urban areas. And abantu amabhizinisi abona ndalama zimzobela ukuthi amabhizinisi. So if we leave out the rural areas, if we don't develop the rural areas, it will be hard for us as a nation to develop because we rely mostly on agriculture. This is an agriculture-led country. So, of course, this has failed to achieve much because of regional condition according to rural development. You know, when we look at development, in most cases, just focus on urban development. That's why we're talking of national development plan. We need to also focus on the rural areas because in most cases, when you're planning for development, we leave out the rural areas. Imagine say we are just built in urban areas, but where is production, and then production happening in the rural areas. And how do you think these can be transported from the rural areas to urban areas? We don't have proper roads, proper road network. Typically, the vendors will go there, buy these crops at a lower price. Then you open a market Alimak, which helps the nation. Alimak must have mavenda bila kukuja. Sina mafama sana vile kwa mavenda alitaye. Ulomisiyani imekutaye. Mavenda huko mimi kutoka kula ni mmoja hadi manisila. Sikula leo zina hapo. But it's the same animal which sells to the people later. Sina mwenye so hadi chini ya Pamela mavenda is for business. They just want to make money. Sell it somewhere else. Yeah. So this issue, the issue is because agriculture takes no significant place in overall national planning. So the blame here is going to national planning. When we are planning, we need to understand this linkage of rural-urban interaction. There is that linkage, there is that interaction. We always interact. If the rural area saying they are not giving you food, people can use it in Matao and Kaulima. We don't know what to do. Mabridge at the show. So then the one the other area. This is a parallel. Yeah, so that linkage. Or if we don't, Makuko and Zibuga and Dog, now we might happen. This time is going to develop the rural areas every as a nation. So if in national planning, we need to consider to remember this kind of interaction. So it involves fostering linkages between rural and urban areas to promote mutual development because we depend on each other, and urban areas provide markets, technologies, and services for rural areas, just as I said. We find markets in rural areas. These markets are in the urban areas. So urban areas provide markets, technologies. If the technologies comes to the urban areas, the agriculture, the extension workers, and the extension workers, we just take these technologies to the rural areas. So there's that linkage. Provide markets, technology, services for rural people. While rural areas supply raw materials and agricultural production, creating a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic. We depend on each other. We depend on one another. The rural and the urban areas. So when it comes to development, we should not leave out one area or any society or any community. Whether rural or urban, we need to develop both of them because of this kind of symbiotic relationship. We depend on the rural areas for farming. And the rural areas also depend on the urban area. Where are they going to find markets if there's no linkage with the urban area? There's no interaction. So the urban provides source of markets, technology, and services. Yeah. And then we have intersectoral or zonal coordination. Intersectoral. This involves the coordination of isolated sectors and zonal development programs. If you remember the sector approach, can you differentiate sector approach and intersectoral coordination? Yeah.
I think the intersectoral or zonal coordination is just the way of coordinating the sector that have been mapped out. So whilst the first sector approach, it was only considering the specific sector to work on. So this one has to be combined from the separate sector.
So intersectoral, it means there are different sectors. Remember the sector approach, just as he said, sector approach is focusing on one whole sector or this sector, but isolated some projects within that only one sector. If it's agriculture, we're just focusing on agriculture. Intersectoral or zonal coordination, you have different sectors. You are trying to coordinate all these sectors, health, education, all those sectors. They should work together. So it involves coordination of isolated sector and zonal development programs. It assumes that all sector rural development programs are well conceived and that effective coordination will make them attain rural development goals. Because I think we said the multidimensional approach, like the dimensions of rural development. Remember, economic dimension, social, technological. Remember what we had? Yeah. So you realize all such issues comes from different sectors. So to develop an area, this one approach believes we need to incorporate all sectors, not only one sector. So all sectors we need to coordinate them to achieve or to attain rural development goals. Somebody focus only on one sector. Physical agriculture, ikanjani ulima wote umakandira osakuzira ulimisa omufuga okuzirabo yeah kangulu kasinazana kuni kasuka kafika soka mutuboni pemuntu they are in good health. So intersectoral zonal coordination believes in working together of different zones or different sectors so that you can achieve rural development goals. Ndasema kaka muzina kosa kunzira azingo bakawini bizija kawini kachaso bamufunika kwa sukulu manana. So this can be that. So however, programs under this arrangement have been so narrow and fail to consider restructuring the socio-economic and political systems as essential steps to attaining meaningful integration and narrowing rural-urban gap. So now the challenge is the structure, the socio-economic and political system that we have. Sometimes politics. Or even socio-economic systems which are there within the community. Whether the economic systems at all so this is the issue that makes it fail to achieve this rural development goals under this approach of intersectoral coordination. So if maybe we consider restructuring the socio-economic and political systems, at least maybe we can, but the systems are still there. No coordination really. Number healthy, nutrition. What the nutrition? That's the big plan. But sometimes coordination right? Yeah, coordination due to the socio-economic and political systems, which makes integration not easy to achieve. So these activities have a big impact on the lives of people in the final analysis. In most cases, the impact on the lives of the whole people is enormous. Intersectoral zonal coordination. Maybe if we start it at that higher level, maybe it can help. So that's intersectoral. I believe you all understand the sectoral and intersectoral, the differences. You do? Eh? I want a volunteer, but from him, to explain the difference. Any volunteer wants to try. Yeah, sectoral and intersectoral. Sector approach and intersectoral coordination. Volunteer, I mean, I feel need sciences. Volunteer, maybe you just in your own ways. I think you want to it's good to try and know why. Yeah.
Sector like one organization, agriculture sector, in sector not to be I mean intersect agriculture, health, financial sector, collaborate or coordinate.
Yeah, it's coordination of different sectors. Cover sector bamuzi.
Ziba bamayiso beze. Ziba bamayiso.
Who knows? Who knows? And coordination leads to duplication and ensures resources are used efficiently. Duplication of mu maaso, mwenembanga nchito, akamagati